Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Where we are, then what we are, then who we are. These are the three stations on the spiritual GPS. When we switch on any GPS, these 2 points are necessary: point of origin and the destination. And what are the points which come in between? And if we are going and those in between points are tallying with the map, then we are going in the right direction. Exactly the same way, this spiritual journey belongs to the same category with a difference. The difference is this journey is not spatio-temporal. The journey is not crossing the distances and does not require the ETA. You know ETA? Expected time of arrival. There is no time principle, there is no space principle. Therefore, this journey should be clear in our understanding, then it will happen. This is such a journey which doesn't require any doing. The journey is a process of undoing. In the journey, we do not become someone extraordinary, but we remain the most ordinary. So, let us start this journey first. The journey is conducted by whom? In our worldly GPS, the journey is conducted by us, the body, and somebody. Like I had to go for my talk to the Avanti school. So we fix the GPS. And then we go there. So I am here physically, but I have to be there physically. So I have to travel physically. Is this journey a physical journey? Think. Is this journey conducted by the body or by the mind? And if the journey is not conducted by the body, what is required is we have to go beyond the body identification. Body is not involved in the journey. Like we go back in our life. When I was small, when I was in India, when I was studying in the school. See? So this journey in memory is not physically done, but it is only at the level of the mind. Similarly, we also have a destination. And what is the destination of the journey? Mind's journey. We are all seeking happiness in life. Everything that we do or not do is meant only for seeking happiness. This principle should be clear in our mind. And that is attained, experience only by the mind. Body doesn't have any experience. All experiences happen only in the mind. And therefore, that mind must be available to us. Then only we can conduct this journey, spiritual journey. Imagine, for the sake of imagination, suppose we are going the downward slope and our car is a mashallah, meaning you apply the brake and the brake gets applied after 5 minutes. A lot of gap between application and execution. So what will the result? Result will be the accident will be guaranteed. You will get accident. In the same manner, the mind with which we are performing our journey, if our mind is like that car, we know, but what happens, useless. This point I brought in my talks a number of times. I am repeating. There are 4 places where people gather. One place is a free Bollywood invitation. Free invitation. All the Bollywood stars will come there. You are freely invited. Then second gathering is the hospitals. Third gathering is the temples. Now in these 3 places, first place Bollywood, huge crowds. Second, hospitals, we never get invitations to go to hospital. We go on our own. The third place, temples. Now, these 3 places, you will get maximum crowds. So who are these 3 people? Those who are interested in Bollywood, they are bhogi, indulgent. Those who go to the hospitals, they are rogi, unhealthy people. See? Yesterday when I went with Prakash, I was seeing all that and I was just thinking, I told him also, I said, I don't know what inspires these people to become doctor. All the time among the unhealthy people around. See? There was one girl in Delhi, it happened. And she got good marks, but in our country, this quota system and all that, she could not get admission in medical college. So she became depressed. So her parents, Swami, you please and talk to her. She can listen to you only, not to us. So I went. And they expected I will go and talk to her lovingly. No, beta. No, my approach is totally different. I give one blow, like Bhagavan Krishna. Klaibhya masma gamapartha. Bhagavan Krishna did not talk goody goody to Arjun. You can talk to goody goody to some sensible person. A person who is intoxicated by the delusion, we have to first bring him out of the delusion. So I gave her. I said, you are dumb. She never expected that I will call her dumb. Then I told her, I said, look here. Do you know who goes to medical college? All those people who do not like healthy people. Whenever any doctor sees a healthy person, he curses him. Healthy kahin ka, get out. They like only unhealthy people around. Somebody saying, Prama, please come. Why do you remain throughout life in unhealthy people? On the contrary, get into administration, become ICS, IPS, IS, or get into finance, get into the what you call CA, money. You will be always in the happy, healthy people. Then she started listening. But earlier impact was there. I said, anyway, you go to hell, who cares? Then I left. Next day, her mother told, Swamiji, she is preparing for IS. Everything has changed. See, friends. So who goes to the hospital? Unhealthy people, rogi. So kami, first is bhogi, second is rogi, and third is kami. These are the places where you get maximum crowds. The fourth place is a gym. You go to any gym, see their advertisement. 1 month free. Book for one and you can bring your spouse. See? The idea is please come. Nobody goes. All the machines are waiting, they're standing. Please come, please come. 24/7 it is open. And yet nobody goes. Why? Who goes to this gym? Those who are healthy and those who want to maintain the health. Our satsanga falls in this category. If you think by coming to our satsanga, you will get your desires fulfilled, you are in a wrong place. If you feel that because of this satsanga, your health issues will be sorted out, you are in a wrong place. Therefore, I want this, I want that, forget about it. Therefore, when we are walking spiritual path means we are rising above all these three aspects of our life. Indulgence, bhoga, then diseases, roga, and third is desire fulfillment. If this is clear, then we take the next step. So where are we? Find out. We are in this world. What is the world? World has got two categories. One is the possessions of the inert world, like the table, the house, the car. These are our possessions. And second thing, our relations. Possessions plus relation is equal to our personality. In deep sleep, we have neither possessions nor relation. Therefore, we are happy. What is the cause of misery? Cause of misery is possessions and relations. So, should we give up everything and become Babaji? No, no, don't take my market. You continue where you are. Then what we have to understand is this. Where are these possessions? We are so mad. Unless I get that thing, I will not know, crying, insisting for something or the other. See how we get lost. Once I was traveling by train in India many years before, and I had a very fancy watch. Those days, these watches were not there. And it was some, I don't know what brand it is, but it was supposed to be very expensive brand. So that watch was, and I was going by train to um, Mount Abu from Bombay. And there were some youngsters. I was going for my retreat, and there were some youngsters, other people, I didn't know who are they, in the same train, in the same cover. And they were talking in Marathi. They didn't know I know Marathi. So they were telling, look at this Babaji, what an expensive watch. We are only thinking of it. He already has it. And I think we should become Babaji, You get free things and all that. And I was enjoying that. They're talking in Marathi. And then when we got down on the railway station, I said, hey, then I talked to them in Marathi. I said, valuable is watch or time. You may have an expensive watch, but do you have value for time? Oh God, this fellow knows Marathi. We all talk to him also. Fun in life. So we get obsessed with things, and as a result, those things cover our sense organs. So we are all the time thinking about that. I want this, I want that, I want this. As a result, our all sense organs are covered by all those objects. If this point can become clear to you, then spiritual practice is a snap. Doesn't take much time. Like what? Like the waves cover the ocean. If we can understand this, when we are on the seafront, our attention is on the waves. And the ocean which is supporting the waves is subordinated. Exactly the same way, colors and forms. We are so obsessed with colors and forms. I like red color, I don't like green color, I don't like yellow, dirty fellow. Then all those colors will be always coming in front of you and you become disturbed. When I don't like. So what is happening? All the objects of the world, they are covering our sense organs. And therefore, I want to run after that object. See? Like when I take food. So I want a particular thing. If I don't get that thing, come on, don't you have this thing, don't you have this thing? Because my tongue, the rasana, is covered by obsession for a particular dish. What will be the first step in the spiritual journey? No object of the world should overpower us to such an extent that we become enslaved by their presence or absence. And this can be done only by understanding, nothing else. And what should be the understanding? Human mind does not remain attracted toward the same thing or same indulgence or the same being for all the time. It doesn't remain attracted. This is how the mind is. You can't do nothing about it. This also I learned. I told you, all spiritual practices learn. Whether you chant the Lord's name, bujao ghanti, is okay, continue. But real spiritual practice is learn. So where I learned this particular principle? I was in Norway many years before, and the place where I was staying, my friend's accommodation, single cottage, very beautiful. In front, there was a huge expanse of a lake, Sweetwater Lake, and all greenery around. And at the other side of the lake, there was like a wall, like huge mountain. And up to some level, there was greenery. Then there were only rocks, no plant. And above that, there was snow cap. So in one go, I could see green, then brownish, and white. And when I got out of the car, immediately Kumbhak happened. How beautiful, how wonderful. Then I told, hey, come on, I'll sit outside and eat. Okay, you do it inside whatever you have to do. I was sitting there and outside and eating. Oh, nice it is, how beautiful. Let's take the picture and all that. First day. Second day, I think I'll sit in the veranda, it is better for you. It will not be troublesome for you. From the ground, I came to the veranda. Third day, what is there for breakfast? Don't give me the same sandwich every day. Yeah, give something different. Fourth day, what is our next destination? When are we going? So on the first day, so much attracted. As the time pass, human mind doesn't remain attracted toward the same thing or the being, same indulgence infinitely. If we learn this, we will never be frustrated in life. And the funny part is, this is not only our story, this is everybody's story. And therefore, we have to first step is through understanding and wisdom, conquer our slavery on the worldly objects. That is the reason I say the food is good before eating. Because afterwards I have to tell lies. So better I say first itself, oh, the food is very good. Then the sin of telling the lies is over. Therefore, we have to rise above the objective world. Then we come to the second stage. Now this journey has started. We started from where? Objective world. Things. Then the second object was the beings. Beings are the relations. This is every day you can experience this. When a child is born, along with that child, how many other births happen? Child is born, mother is born, father is born, the grandfather is born, grandmother is born, uncle is born, auntie is born, mama, bhanja, so many are born. Now, among so many births, only the child grows. Mother never grows. In one Punjabi house, when I went, old lady. So I went and did namaskar to her. I said, Mama, how are you? And all that. Swamiji is good, you have come. Now tell my children, don't listen to me. Really? Call them. Called Raju, idhar aa jao. Raju came. Who was Raju? Retired brigadier. And that mother is complaining. My children don't listen to me. So you can imagine. Friends, please remember this thing. You are all grastas, therefore I am telling you. From the age birth to 6 or 7, love, 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 cuddle, do everything. From 7 to 13, discipline, important in life. How to work, how to keep the bed properly, how to keep our shoes in a proper place, how to wash our dish after food is over, how to keep the house clean, discipline. From 13 to 19, inspiration, goal, achievement, ambition, struggle. And after the age of 19, thereafter, when you go to put on your shoes and your shoes are missing, and then you ask your wife, where my shoes are? I don't know, your son must have put on and gone out. The day when your shoe number and your son's shoe number is one, don't treat him as your child. He is your friend thereafter. But we elderly people don't understand this and get involved in the lives of our children beyond requirement. This is a peculiar thing, elderly friends. I am not telling out of my imagination. One thing I'll tell you, this happened in somewhere. One girl whom I know very well, she was carrying for the second time. Her mother came to help her. Now she is working also, going to office and all that. And the mother came to help. That was her end period of pregnancy, maybe 7 months or so. So one day she called me, Swamiji, I want to come and talk to you. I said, I am such and such house. This is the address. You come, we'll have dinner and then you talk. She came. After that, he will go for a walk. I said, okay, go slowly, carrying the baby inside. And then she started crying. I said, come on here, I don't like crying. Tell what happened. Then she said, Swamiji, this morning I left home for my office. And I am also crying and mummy is also crying. I said, जुगलबंदी हो रही क्या? Then she told the story. I told my mother, better you go back home. I don't want you here. And I left for the school office. I said, it's okay now. It will be cool to go back. No, I am not able to come out of it. I said, then what should I do? I'll go in your place. Then she told her story. The day she came, she has got only one theme. How my brother's wife is bad. No other theme. 2 months continuously. Morning we begin and she digs out something. She did like this, she is like that, she is like that, she is like that. Then you have come to help me or give only complaints. I'm fed up of listening to you. Either you stop it or get out. Now that girl is working in the office tension, problems there. And after she comes home, instead of the mother helping her, she is constantly talking ill about her daughter-in-law. See, friends, so important. Don't get involved in any relations beyond limits, particularly Indians. Lady as a mother is the best expression of God. The same lady as a mother-in-law of a son-in-law is better than mother. All you son-in-laws, you know, when you go to your in-laws' place, how much respect, reverence you get. I. And you people feel, oh, my mother-in-law really loves me. It's not like that. Because she knows what stuff she has given you. So it is like buy one mattress and take two pillow free. Therefore you are respected. It's not other way around. It's a patch up work. Now the same lady who was mother as good, mother-in-law for the son-in-law is better. But the same lady, when she is a mother-in-law to the daughter-in-law, Kali, Karali, Cha, Bhayanaka, Cha, horrible. 3 expressions. Don't get involved. How important it is. We have to very clearly understand times are changing. What was during our childhood, if we try to compare that with our children's childhood, we are doing injustice. You also must be having this problem when these NRI parents come and they see, I don't know much here, but in USA I know. So their children are unlike here. I am so happy to see her children so disciplined and so decent in behavior. In USA, you go to somebody's house. Suppose I go to her house. Other people will not even say hello to me, nor the children, nor the husband. You are her friend, not mine. Why should I? See, that kind of thing. Therefore, we have to very clearly understand that we remain in our limits. Don't go beyond it. So, first problem is the object's possessions. We should not be enslaved by them. Second is relations. We should not overpower over them. The net result will be our mind will be at peace with ourselves. So this principle I told you a number of times. Unless we have recognized the value of the peace of mind, we will not work on it. Here, I am so amazed and uh, happy and proud of our Shekhar. So much at peace with himself. He is not doing it naturally. Whole life will change around us. Because the most important thing is our peace of mind. You cannot do change anything or anybody in this world. So once we are with this understanding, our peace of mind is important, then the second step will come. Then we will be in a process of learning. When we react, we don't learn. When we learn, we don't react. See, when we touch the fire, we get burnt. We have learned. Therefore, because the fire has burnt, I will kill the fire. No. What a basic thing of life. Those who react, they have not learned. And those who learn, they don't react. As a result, we have now come to the next stage. Then all the likes and dislikes which are overpowering our life, what is the logic behind it? For example, I like red color. I don't like yellow color. Yellow, yellow, dirty fellow. I don't like. So what is the logic? For example, I don't like dhokla. Now, when I go to Gujarati houses, their delicacy is dhokla, and I don't like. So they say, why you don't like dhokla? I said, there is no logic. But even there must be some reason why you don't like. Then I said, this word dhokla, I feel somebody is abusing you. How come? Then I tell them what happened actually. I was traveling from Dwarka to Ahmedabad by bus. We were in two bus loads of people. And on the way, somewhere during some summer months, June, very hot, near some tree, we stopped for water and easing out. There was one truck also. He also stopped there. And he was repairing something with his truck. The driver was the Sardarji. And his handyman was a Gujarati. So he told the handyman, hey, get me that. Now that poor Gujarati couldn't understand what is that. So he couldn't understand. Sardarji already heat and the everything against him became so angry. And out of anger, he abused that Gujarati. Abe dhokle wo le le. That day I knew dhokla is an abuse. So I don't eat. Similarly, many years before, must be about 20, 30 years before, I was in South India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu for 2, 3 months. South India means what? Idli, dosa, dosa, idli, dosa, dosa, idli. Continuously that. And it became so much that in the dream I used to feel in my pillow there is a idli and in my quilt there is a dosa. No other thing. And then I cross the whole of India from Trivandrum to Guwahati by train those days, 3 days. After I went, my host was a Jain person. About 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we reached there. So after I went there, then that Amma said, Swamiji, no, it is neither a breakfast time, nor a dinner time, nor a lunch time. Therefore, I have prepared something for you. I said, okay. So he said, close your eyes. I said, all right, close my eyes. He kept, now open. I started talking. Hey Idli, which flight you took? You came before me here. And that Amma thought that I am preparing idli for Swami. He will like. Now, there is no logic behind likes and dislikes, is it not? No logic. And our whole life is guided by only likes and dislikes. In Kathopanishad, this topic comes Preya Marga and Shreya Marga. Preya means what I like or I don't like is the criteria of my lifestyle. And Preya Marga is what is right and what is wrong is the criteria of my lifestyle. Now, see, for example, don't forget the topic we are working on the mind or get carried away only by the stories. What we like need not be good for us. What is good for us, we may not like it. Like early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Going to sleep early is better. Waking up early in the morning is better. But I don't like. I like going to sleep very late, waking up very late, but this is not good, but I like it. In short, what we like may not be good for us, and what is good for us, we may not like. The wisdom is we have to decide should we follow what we like or dislike, or should we follow what is right or wrong? The more we become aware of these facts, then slowly, our mind will start behaving properly. It is only for this purpose the Bhagavad Gita tells us. Whatever is your duty, whether you like or you don't like, do it cheerfully and happily. We can do it two ways. We do it cheerfully, happily, or we do it in a cursing manner. I don't know why I have to do everything. So you are wasting your life. Three options. If you have to do it cheerfully, happily. If you don't want to do, don't do it cheerfully, happily. But what we are doing, we are trying to show, okay, I'll do it. And inside this is boiling. Net result is there will be acidity. The best example is our this air hostesses. On the surface, they have to show, welcome. I know 8 hours are done. I don't know too many passengers. Therefore, friends, our journey is starting from the worldly objects. Let no worldly object overpower us. Second, our journey is starting from our relations. Let no relation become an issue for us. Maintain safe distance. Don't get involved in anybody's life beyond limits. What we call love, it is not love. I'll tell you one example. This happened in Mattanjari in Kerala near Ernakulam. I was staying in a Gujarati house, and that Amma told me, Swamiji, morning 4 o'clock I give you tea. Yes, thank you very much. No, my question is, my son is studying in 12th standard. So for him also I give him coffee in the morning. So I give him coffee because I love him. I give you coffee because I love you. So what is the difference between these two love? Love for you and love for my son. I said your love for me is pure. Your love for your son is basically an attachment. How do you say that? I said, if your son will do something what you don't like, will you accept him as it is? You are possessive of. your son. When love is in the form of possessiveness, it is attachment. And wherever there is attachment, there is misery and frustration. Swamiji, I am not able to understand. I say, in due time you will understand. Don't worry, relax. After some time, the son completed his education and all that, and he got married to someone who was not according to her choice. That girl was not a Gujarati, she was a Tamilian, and then they were Pandit. The girl was not a Pandit. They are vegetarian. The girl was a non-vegetarian. And when I met them, then Swamiji, see, my son, I have done so much for him, but what kind of girl he got in the family? I said, you please think cool. Is your son happy with that marriage? Yes, he is happy. Then why are you miserable? Are you not happy in the happiness of your son? If you are miserable, it is not love. It is asakti. आसक्ति कैन जा सकती दिखती नहीं. See, friends, these are basics of spiritual life. Therefore, we discard objects, discard the relations, come to our sense organs and mind. After having come to mind, then again we are caught in personal likes and dislikes. And if we want to go beyond personal likes and dislikes, the technique is the technique which I follow. The technique is countdown technique. Like I come here. Now in Amma's house, the day I landed here, it was 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I had to go after 2 days, 3 days. Why will I create friends and enemies here? These few days, why don't I live cheerfully, happily, love, be at home without demanding anything? Because anyway, I had to go after 2 days. Is it not our story? Do we know how many days we are going to live in this world? Therefore, Shatrau Mitre Putre Bandhav Ma Kuru Yatnam Vigraha Sandhav. Don't create friends and enemies in this world and get caught up. But Maitra Karuna Evacha. Be friendly with everyone. Be at home with everyone. Then there is no burden on the mind. We are at peace with everyone. And if this is happening, then one of the biggest achievement that we have in our life is, Bhagavad Gita says in 12th chapter, Yasmanno dvijate loko lokanno dvijate chayaha harshamarcha bhayor muktaihi bhaktiman same priya. He is not a problem for the world and he doesn't take the world as a problem. How beautiful it is. Meaning, we are at home in every place with everyone. And we don't take anybody as a problem. See? Like the water. Water is comfortable in every container. Let it be a parat or a petri dish, water is comfortable. Let it be a test tube, water will not say, come on, no, comfortable. Let the water be in the capillary tube, very comfortable. But the ice cubes, very strong personality. I will not stand like this. Friends. Therefore, spiritual journey is not becoming extraordinary. We have to drop all extra, including fat. from everything extra. Then slowly we become light-hearted. And a light-hearted person is a fit person to experience the truth. Because now the mind is not carrying any burden of any kind. So yesterday probably I told in your Gita class, if we want to really know whether we have spiritually evolved or not, you cannot ask anybody. You have to find out yourself. Like I cannot, I take food and I ask Mama, Mama, is my stomach full? How can I tell you? You find out whether your stomach is full or not. In the same manner, whether we are spiritually evolving or not, how do we know? To whom will you ask? People ask us. In Delhi, after my lecture, one Punjabi lady came. Swamiji, don't make my fun. I said, there is no need. You are self-sufficient. Yes, tell me. See, I have been doing spirituality. See, kind of words they can use. Doing spirituality. Like doing yoga. So I am doing spirituality. You know me for so many years. Now please tell me how far I have come in spirituality. I say stand there quick, steady. Let me see. You have come up to knees. How can you become miserable? Such cartoons are all over in the world. It is a subjective thing. Whether we are evolving spiritually or not. I'll tell you one symptom. Find out in yourself. Are we having duragraha? Duragraha means what? Obsession. We are obsessed with something. We are insisting for everything. Everything should happen this way, this way, this way. No, relax, relax. Second thing is, duragraha is an expression of a virus called desire. Kathopanishad clearly tells what is God realization. Yada, when sarve prabuchante kama yasya vridishritaha. When we are free from all kinds of desires in life, living at zero desire level. Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishritaha atha martyaha amruto bhavati. He has attained fulfillment in life. And atra brahma samashnute. Atra, here and now. It is not posthumous. It is not going to the heaven. See, Bhagavad Gita condemns those people who think of going to heaven and all that. Kamatmanaha swargapara janma karma phala pradhan kriya vishesha baulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati taya apahurta chetasam. They have got a perverted mind. Therefore, we have to discover fulfillment in our being. And this can be only by analyzing and learning from our own experiences. Now we all go to sleep. Why we go to sleep? We don't get anything there. On the contrary, we reject everything. We are neither rich nor poor, neither married nor unmarried, neither successful nor failure, neither husband nor wife. We discard everything. And yet we want to go to sleep. Think about it. What is the reason? The reason is, in our deep sleep, we are at peace with ourselves. There is no sense of otherness. And two important things. Number one, there is no sense of limitations. There is no sense of incompleteness. And second, there is no sense of otherness. Wherever there is a sense of incompleteness, we want to do something and add. Like you must have seen and done in your own houses. You are staying and then some virus goes in the head. I think, we should add one room. See, this is not enough because lot of furniture. So one room should be added for the furniture. It doesn't come in our head. Then throw it away. No, no, no. Add one more room. We want more and there's no end to it. And in deep sleep, no desire, no incompleteness. Everything is complete. Otherwise, tell me why a young, healthy, intelligent, educated, earning in millions, single, free boy wants to get married. What is the reason? A sense of incompleteness. What a life without a wife. Then he gets married. Then again the same man. What a life because of the wife. So first of all, struggling because he has no wife. Now struggles because he has wife. Whole life is struggle or struggle because sense of incompleteness. In deep sleep, there is no sense of incompleteness. Second thing, there is no sense of otherness. These are the facts about mind. We desire only that which is other than us or other than ours. See, like this watch is mine. I cannot have desire for my watch. It's already mine. I will have desire for your watch because it is better than mine. So wherever there is a sense of otherness, desire is bound to be. These are the facts of life. In deep sleep, neither there is a sense of otherness, nor there is a sense of incompleteness. Therefore, there are no desires, and because there are no desires, we are happy. Now, your own experience, I tell you. When you have to go to the airport to catch your flight, that night you sleep early so that you can wake up early, get ready, take bath, become fresh, and go to the airport. So you finish your eating everything early and then go to sleep at about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock because you have to wake up at 2 o'clock. Then from 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you look into your watch for 298 times. One desire to catch the flight in the morning destroys your sleep, is it not? We have got Himalayan desires, destroys our whole life. Therefore, what are the symptoms of spiritual evolution? We do not entertain too many desires in our life. Not entertaining too many desires means what? Means our Mahamantra, Jehi Bidhi Rakhe Ram, Tehi Bidhi Rahiye. Jo tari rahe, so vari rahe. Things are okay, no problem. The more we are able to recognize this, that fulfillment of desires is not spiritual life. Rising above the desires is the spiritual life. And therefore, friends, all this thing is happening only in the mind. And if we can mind our mind by the mind, then only we are walking the spiritual path. Therefore, we have to learn the workout of the mind. What is the workout? Therefore, first principle we learned that everything happens only in mind. Nothing happens outside. Suppose this happened in some place. I received one WhatsApp. And WhatsApp was about the same family where I was. And it was not a good news. And we were all sitting for taking food. So I read it and kept it. And then finished food, everything. And after food, everything was over. Then my time of departure came. I said, hey, I had to go hurriedly. Please don't mind. No more namaskar, chamatkar. Let me go. Then I called that man. I said, hey, after I sit in the car, I'll show you something. Then you do whatever you like. But keep cool. Don't lose your balance. Then I showed him that WhatsApp. The moment he saw that WhatsApp, the bad news, all the celebration that they had, everything quietened down. Because everything happens only in the mind. If your mind is at peace, you will never misunderstand. If the mind is disturbed, we will misunderstand. Like the children, the father or the mother, one has to be a very disciplinarian in the house. Suppose the father, normally the father is disciplinarian. So when the father is scolding and telling the thing, discipline in the house, the children don't like, oh, father, he's a Hitler, I don't know, when I become big, I will never go home. They don't understand because it is for their benefit. But when they are grown up, then they understand. Because of the discipline only, today I am what I am. Right? Because by then the mind is quietened. Therefore, all the spiritual practice that we think of is take care of your mind. And for this, we have to know the origin of the mind. We go to the origin. Because consciousness and mind both are knowledge. Consciousness is knowledge, mind is also knowledge. Now, what is the difference between these two? Man is man, and husband is also man. Now, what is the difference between man and the husband? Husband is a conditioned expression of man through the limitations of wife. Is it not? Is man, that is husband. And who is miserable? Man is miserable or the husband is miserable? Exactly the same way. Consciousness is like the man and mind is like the husband. So, what is the difference between consciousness and mind? Mind is that knowledge where objectivity is predominant. Consciousness is that knowledge where objectivity is redundant. In J. Krishnamurti's language, this is called as objectless awareness. Now we'll do a small experiment and conclude very quickly. Now I'll be chanting. You simply listen and then reply my question. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Experiment over. Now question. How many times I chanted? 3 times. What you have heard? Sound. They became 3 only because in between the 2 Om Namah Shivaya, there was a silence. But are we aware of the silence? We did say that we have heard three times, but that three time was possible only because there was a silence in between. See? Meaning what? Although we are experiencing the silence, we are not aware of the silence. Now go one step further. Now again, the same experiment. Now focus attention more on the silence. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Over. When you are focusing attention more on silence, words became secondary. Meaning what? We are able to be aware of both the sound as well as the silence. And both of them are happening only in the mind. Now, the last understanding. We are aware of both the sounds as well as silence. Sound, something present, silence is absence of the sound. So that which is supporting both the presence of the sound and the absence of the sound is beyond both presence and absence. Is it not our experience? Do we have the experience of our absence? Don't have. If we don't have the experience of our absence, is it necessary to say that I am present? Because I am beyond both presence and absence. An eternal presence which is not subjected to the options of presence and absence is pure consciousness. And in this, objectivity is redundant. Whether there is a sound or there is a silence, it makes no difference. And therefore, when we are functioning in this world, if the sound and silence means the presence and absence of things and beings is creating a problem for us, we are at the level of the mind. When presence and absence of things and beings is of no consequences, we are living as awareness. We have not done anything. We are extremely aware of everything around us. But all that is we are aware of doesn't have an influence on us. So remaining aware of the things and beings is at the level of the mind, and not getting influenced by the presence and absence of the things and beings is at the level of awareness. This journey from the mind to the awareness is the spiritual practice. Your asana body has become still. Your breathing is extremely slow and shallow. You are hearing everything but not getting influenced by anything. Take deep breath 2 3 times, and you can distinctly experience your body is included in your mind. Before taking deep breath, your body was not included in the mind. Offer everything at the feet of the Lord. Empty yourself. Don't make any concepts. Concepts you want to repeat. That which is repeated is in matter. Infinite cannot be repeated. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.